What is going on, guys? Welcome to another video. Finally, guys, we have gotten ourselves a new patch, and what it seems to be the best carry hero of the patch is gonna be Lifestealer. So let's talk about it, let's break him down, see what has changed about good old Lifestealer, who hasn't been meta for a while, but the hero also hasn't sucked, so he's kind of just been there. Let's just talk about it. So first of all, the changes that were done to Lifestealer are two new facets, which are absolutely crazy. Both of them are awesome, but Flesh Feast is by far the best facet. So basically what Flesh Feast does is that your feast max HP per hero kill is increased, which is going to make you even tankier, and your open wounds cooldown is refreshed if a unit dies while affected by open wounds. That is very important. So when you're team fighting and you use open wounds on someone, it can be refreshed if you get the kill. Very, very important, because that's a really good ability for you to get more HP and more slow. And also the fact that your feast max HP is always going to be much better for the hero, because basically your innate ability is feast. So basically you gain max HP from creeps and heroes, so it makes you tankier. The more kills you get on the map, the more creeps you farm, the more tankier Lifestealer is going to be. So it's essentially just free HP every time you're just farming or killing heroes. So that's very, very good to have on a hero like Lifestealer. And guys, honestly, I have been watching this hero in the new tournaments coming up, and he's been absolutely dominating. He's been first pick pretty much every single game that's possible if he's not banned in the first phase. Lifestealer's being first picked is absolutely insane. There's not a hero that ever gets first pick, but he's not being countered. There's heroes like Phantom Assassin going up against him. That's typically a really good counter to the Lifestealer. It's a hero that's not doing anything to him right now. He can lose the lane, he can get absolutely shit on and still win the game, guys. It's a hero that is very, very strong right now, and if you do want to win some more MMR, you need to be playing Lifestealer, or at least banning him, because the hero is just busted. But let's talk about facet number 2. Facet number 2 is Gore Storm. So basically Gore Storm, when you consume a creep with Infest, it drenches enemies in blood, which deals damage over time based on the host's remaining HP. Infest could also be used on ancient creeps. Before, you were able to infest ancient creeps. Now you have to be using the Gore Storm facet to be able to infest them. I don't think it's that great of a facet. I think Flesh Feast is always going to be better if they don't change it, but I think Gore Storm does have its certain situations where it might be better if you're playing a lot more around Infest and you feel like you need to play a lot more defensive. I think it's a pretty decent facet. I just don't think it's the main one you should be picking in your games. Now let's talk about the build. So the build hasn't really changed for Lifestealer. You're still going to be going for phase boots, Orb of Corrosion, and then you really decide on what you want. You can get an Armlet and go for a Desolator, very classic build, or you can actually go Armlet Radiance, which is very, very popular. It's an item build that's going to allow you to farm and scale into the late game, no problem. You're also going to be doing a ton of magic damage and also a ton of right click damage thanks to your Armlet. It's a very, very strong item build that provides a lot for you. And then you're going to go for S and Y, which is very important to keep you alive. It's going to help you regen much more, and it's also going to help you not get stun locked as hard. And then you can go back for an Aghanim Scepter, Basher, or Scotty. Aghanim Scepter is really, really insane. The fact that you get to infest an enemy is really important, especially with heroes like Puck that are very annoying. If you manage to blink, if you buy yourself a blink and you manage to get on top of them and infest them, you're doing damage to them, so they're not able to blink. Heroes like this that really rely on blink to be able to get away from sticky situations, they're not going to be able to do that with Lifestealer inside of them. So it's very, very good. It's also really good for kiting. Guys, a lot of big team fights, you can easily get away just by going inside. So especially heroes like Enigma that are going to potentially use Black Hole. If you're able to get inside of them, there's no Black Hole. They're not going to be able to blink in, and you're going to have a really good time because you get to heal inside of them. So it's very, very good. It also drops your Infest down to 20 seconds, which is absolutely crazy. 20 seconds on Infest for the enemy team to actually do anything to you. 20 seconds, guys. You're able to go in and out of the fights, do whatever you want, and being insanely hard to kill, just regenning from everything. But now we're going to talk about the best and worst matchups for the Lifestealer, guys. Best matchups are Dragon Knight, Axe, Wraith King, Centaur, Sand King. These matchups you are very good up against, but pretty much right now, the way Lifestealer is, you're pretty much good up against everybody. Even tough counter matchups, Lifestealer is still coming out ahead. You can get crushed in the lanes. Heroes like Death Prophet can crush you in lane. Heroes like Viper can easily crush you in lane. Doesn't matter. You're able to just recover on the hero and do so much. You do need an active team, obviously. You can't just have all your lanes going wrong and just everybody getting absolutely stomped. You can't just have a very passive team and expect everyone to make space for a losing Lifestealer. Your team also has to play a part of it. A very good hero to be running with the Lifestealer is heroes like Jakiro, heroes like Spirit Breaker are very good. Marcy is really strong. I think Piranha's in a really good spot. These types of heroes are really good, as well as Ogre Magi is always going to be a really good hero just to soak up a lot of the damage and help you with that bloodlust. Even heroes like like Hoodwink could also help you out. But overall, the Lifestealer is very self-sufficient and doesn't really lose a whole lot of lanes. But heroes like Dragon Knight that are still pretty popular. I don't think Dragon Knight is as strong this patch, but I think the hero can still be picked. Heroes like Axe and Wraith King, we have yet to see what is in store for them. I don't think they're that great either. So it's just pretty much putting Lifestealer in a really good spot in the meta. And some of the bad matchups being Razor, Bristleback, Visage, Nature's Prophet, Enigma. I don't know how popular the Enigma and the Visage will be, even though Visage has pretty much been a dead hero for a while. Even though the hero's super strong last patch, I haven't taken a look on how strong Visage can actually be, but he's a hero you don't really have to worry so much about. Even when the hero's been broken for a long time, nobody really plays the hero, so you don't have to worry so much about it. But heroes like Bristleback are being picked a lot, so you need to keep that in mind and play accordingly, because typically you don't like to build Silver Edge on the Lifestealer, but you definitely can. It's an item that does fit the hero quite a bit, but it usually feels a lot better if you're getting other types of items. But you can definitely build a Silver Edge to go up against the Bristleback. And heroes like Nature's Prophet and Enigma are just a really big pain for you to go up against pre-Radiance. Once you have Radiance, Enigma's Eidolons are not going to do anything to you. These are more like lane counters. They're not really that big of a deal. Razor, though, can go toe-to-toe against the Lifestealer. Razor is a tough hero. However, you get your team to get you maybe a Lotus, maybe a Lincoln Sphere. They're able to back you up. If you can get away from the link, or you can maybe disengage, you're going to be in a really good position, guys. Let me know in the comments below if you guys are Lifestealer spammers, how you guys have been enjoying the tournaments. I've been having so much fun watching Pro Dota. It is a really good time for all these tournaments to really kick it up, and the production quality has been absolutely insane, guys. So I do hope you guys are supporting these tournaments. It is really good for us to keep getting all this Pro Dota. Very important to keep the scene alive, guys, and it's going to keep our game alive. So let's continue to support Dream League and all these newer event hosts that have been doing a really killer job, guys. I'm very happy to see production values going up and not just trying to get into the scene to do just something for the sake of doing it. I think everyone's doing a really good job with the Pro Dota events. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, consider subscribing and joining the Dota Chronicles community. I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.